And that's when the dreams came. Deep thoughts about dying and rebirth.
Whoa.
Being able to realize life is a simulation. Inception type shit.
That was obvious.
This is awesome. So you like had some realizations.
I want you to take more gummies.
Dude,
Yeah.
Jeremy, you want me to look into his eyes?
I do.
I'm glad I've repositioned.
I was dreaming that words were turning into dragons and dinosaurs.
This isn't.
And I was thinking about, like, it's the reason why we're not allowed to have gummies because they unlock something and then they don't want you to know. Like, you're not supposed to think this deeply. Everybody was a Lego master builder, and they could all just build whatever they wanted in real life.
I think this was a good experience for you. I was worried before, but now I feel like this unlocked something.
It's amazing.
Welcome to our Film Fathers podcast, the definitive podcast about fatherhood, film, and fatherhood and film. This is Jelani, and with me as always are a guy that usually falls for the whipped cream bikini every time, and a guy who's doing that white boy way of slinging crack rock, Martin and Brady.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
And there's no such thing as a no-sale call. A sale is made on every call you make. Either you sell the client some stock or he sells you a reason he can't. Either way, a sale is made. The only question is who is going to close, you or him. Now be relentless. That's it. I'm done.
This week, we're talking football, and not just under the Friday night lights, but on the big screen. And few movies capture the intensity, pressure, and drama of small-town Texas football like Varsity Blues. With unforgettable performances, memorable quotes, and a mix of both heart and chaos, Varsity Blues isn't just a sports film. It's a snapshot of how football can define a community and how players struggle to define themselves outside of it. We're welcoming a new dad to the pod who's bringing his own movie you can't wait to show your kids. This week, it's Boiler Room, the movie that most certainly got a generation of young men excited about trading and trying to get rich quick. What could go wrong?
I'll welcome our guest dad this week, Bob Hansen, friend of mine here in Palatine, and a football aficionado, if you will. Welcome, Bob.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited.
Bob's
Glad to have you here.
a heavy football guy, loves some movies, loves some bourbon.
What do you mean heavy? Like my
Yeah, sorry. No pun intended, literally.
It's all good. Dealt with it all my life, Jeremy.
But yeah, that checks off a lot of boxes. Movies, football.
Yeah. Football season is upon us.
It is.
Let's go.
Everybody's kids are playing
Yeah.
in some form or
In
fashion.
some way, shape, or form, yeah. Bob, tell us a little bit about your football life.
Man, football life. Started when I was about 7 years old. Little tackle football at the Park District on the south side of Chicago. Played, moved over to the grade school, little high school at St. Rita, college at Lake Forest College, and then just loved the game so much. Started reffing. People tell me don't do it. So it's a thankless gig. And had aspirations to get to the Big Ten. Didn't quite get there, but went from grade school, Chicago Catholic High School to Division III. Got to work some Division III playoffs, and then traded in the stripes to start coaching football. And man, do I feel like I missed my calling in life a little bit. I feel like, man, I love this stuff, but I know it's a grind. I've had some buddies that have done it. It is, it's hard, it's thankless, but once you kind of break in, that's got to be pretty nice.
I coached with Bob last year on from a flag level. I coached with you a couple years ago. It's like just helping out, and then last year, our first foray, for your youngest, into tackle, which was my first year into that as well, and yeah, it was fun, eye-opening. It's a lot to a lot to take in and a lot of responsibility, but yeah, kind of love it. So Bob's coaching his own team this year, and I have moved on to my own team this year. And Jelani, you said everybody's playing. You guys got what going on?
Yeah, I got Collins freshman year doing Downers Grove South freshman year football.
Go Mustangs.
Yeah, go Mustangs. There you go.
He knows.
I was talking about the St. Rita Mustangs.
Oh,
Where'd you grow up on the south side?
Mount Greenwood, Beverly area.
Okay, I was Garfield Ridge.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, close.
Midway Airport.
For sure.
Yeah.
None of those sound like real places.
We've all been to El Gallo.
You've
at
heard of
60.
Midway.
Midway, yes. The rest of the things you said out loud.
Garfield Ridge is a thing.
We've been to Marvia's, get some tacos at 63rd in St. Louis, maybe. We've been there. By the
That's
police station.
Rickabenny's is
Rickabenny's,
definitely a place on the south side.
I got nothing.
And you're a Sox fan, so you know what we're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just going to let you keep talking about it. My son is playing 7th grade flag football this year, so getting out there finally.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a little bit of an eye-opening experience this year. We have a bunch of new kids, first time in the tackle levels, which is totally fine and fun. You actually could really help shape and mold them as they may or may not go on to keep playing. But multiple people, I was like, oh, do you know? I was trying to get across some blocking stuff, and I'm like, who here knows, George Kittle? And only half the hands went up. I was like, who here knows whoever? Only about half the hands went up. And I started talking to some of the parents, and they're like, yeah, we don't watch football at all.
None of them watch.
And I'm like, what do you do with your Sundays?
Or your Saturdays.
I don't know. I was like, how do you turn on none? I literally can't wrap my head around it.
So my kids weren't big football watchers either until they stumbled across Slime Time on Nickelodeon, which does.
Was this when they did a game, or
no? They've done they've
Double
done
Dare?
games. No, but it's like a recap show of all the highlights of football, and then they highlight certain players, and they'll interview other players and things like that. But that's one way that Mac comes down and every Monday morning or whatever, he's like, let's see Slime Time. I got to watch Slime Time, and so it's gotten them into. So they might like
NBA inside stuff.
Exactly.
I used to
Very
love that.
much so.
Ahmad Rashad?
Hell yeah.
Or your ESPN 7:30 in the morning. You
That
wake
was
up and,
that. I mean,
and
that
you go
was
to
back when
school.
ESPN was cool and Sports Center was awesome. It was. You could not. I would not leave the house without watching some form of
Top
Sports
10
Center.
plays.
I know that wasn't Martin's bag, but
No, definitely not.
Martin was on MTV.
For sure.
Cribs.
And but it's great. It is. I get it, right? Look, to each their own. I recognize that people are doing their own thing, but it was.
But it's weird that their sons are playing.
It was
playing
legitimately
football,
interesting
playing
to
tackle
me
football.
that there were that many people who not only. It's just hard for me to get there because I've obviously been a fanatical fan for a long time. I mean, I've been going to Iowa football games since I was 6. I've been a Packers fan since as long as I can remember, right?
Yeah, right.
Guys, take it easy.
Gonna have to change.
You sorry, we're celebrating Micah Parsons' acquisition today. It's a big
Third
deal.
Third place. In the league.
Well, you know what? You just never know how it's going to shake out. But I'm excited for football season to start, which is coming up soon. Bob, I think if you had your druthers, we've already done it, but if you could have picked any football movie, it would have been probably what? No, I restricted you.
Listen, man, I'm a huge Notre Dame fan, but I don't I would have gone with Rudy for Notre Dame, but not for Rudy.
Okay.
I don't know.
You don't like it because it's a bullshit story?
Well, they also so I went to St. Rita, and they brought in a bunch of kids from Mount Carmel to be in the movie, and they used Old St. Rita High School for Joliet Catholic, and so.
So
you got all kinds of.
I got
beef
all
with
kind
it.
of reasons to,
I didn't know this.
Rudy, you had your
I thought you were
day.
gonna say
Be
Rudy
humble,
came
Rudy.
by.
Be humble about it. Let's move on. No, but go Irish.
Yeah, he diehard Irish fan. As soon as I was like, we talked about this previously. He said, I'd love to be on, and I'm like, just so you know, we can't do Rudy. We had.
I still think the perfect football movie has yet to be made.
I don't disagree with that.
Baseball, I can tell you throee that I think are amazing. Football, they're all.
I mean,
good.
have you
They're all
seen
different
Necessary
things, but-
Roughness?
I mean,
Necessary Roughness is amazing.
here's the
that's
thing.
not.
but it could be
I know.
improved upon.
We
I
did
think.
restrict you a little bit, or I did restrict you a little bit. And if you had really pushed, we probably would have just redone something if that came to it. But I'm just curious, what do you think is? We're going to do a good one here, but what do you think is one?
Closest?
top 2. You don't even need to pick the best. But what do you think is closest to
Perfection.
You know what? They're almost there, but they're just not there quite there.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It's
Is
a
it
tough question.
Is it your boy, DQ, and everybody's All American? Dennis Quaid?
No,
No.
that is
Has he even seen that movie?
no.
I figured it's too old. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, Wildcats,
below the
Brian's
Brady
song,
line.
I don't know. Like those are two good
Wildcats
ones.
is a deep pull. I see that in
Lane
numerous
Tech
times.
High School, Chicago.
Is that Lane Tech?
Oh, yeah.
See, I haven't seen it in so long. I didn't know what that was at the time.
Woody
Goldie
Harrelson.
Hawn.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah,
Woody Harrelson's this one.
Wesley
Forgot
Snipes.
about
Wesley
I have
Snipes, too.
seen that.
Damn, it's been a minute. Maybe we do need to dip back into Wildcats. I saw that a lot when I was young.
I thought you guys were going to say "Remember the Titans" as close.
That is like
closest.
my favorite
Yeah,
movie.
there.
I don't want to bring it out here because I don't think I'm like the best to talk. Like, race.
Hey,
all
we
that stuff.
we
It's-
did. I mean, we talked about it for sure. I mean, that's definitely.
I wanted to have it for
Focal
like
topic.
a movie for kids, and I don't know that's the right thing for me to show young kids.
I
that.
legitimately
Like,
showed Roman, and I was like, there were things that I'm like, I don't.
They're not going to comprehend.
Well, yes, but also like, I think there's a naivete right to young kids. Good, fortunately, like they don't even like naturally dislike anyone. They don't understand why that's even a concept. But like, I was like, oh god, yeah. I was like, now I'm just watching. I didn't get the question, but I'm like, am I going to get asked like, yeah, why are they mad at this? Why are they mad at these people? Why are they? I'm like,
Now you have to do a civil rights lesson instead
right.
of just a football
And I was
movie.
like, I just want to show you. Hold on, I'm going to fast forward. There's just parts where they don't want them in their same school, and I'm like, dude, obviously it's real, or the topic is real. Sorry, I know there's some leeway in the realness of that, but it is more than just a football. You want to show
Yeah.
your kid I think all the football aspect of that is really, really good. There's a lot of like building together a team. We obviously are doing that in the moment right now, building up to a season and getting them to work together and getting them to become one or one team. It's just you got to navigate some of that other heavier stuff, and depending on how old or young your child is, it's a lot.
Well, that's what's nice about Varsity Blues, is that it doesn't have any. It's a very fun movie.
it's like high school.
It's
Right?
high school.
It's high school
It's fun.
in
It
Texas.
doesn't take itself too seriously. It's
I forgot that it was an MTV movie.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's one of
Really?
like the early.
Yeah.
not
Really,
the
yeah.
first or anything. I think Joe's Apartment.
Joe's Apartment was
the
gonna be my
first. I don't
guess.
know why I know that, but I do. And then like Angus or something like that might
I
have
don't
been
even
another
remember
one.
that. I remember Joe's Apartment.
But yeah, it's
What was that
it's
dude's name?
early.
Jerry O'Connell,
Jerry
O'Connell,
O'Connell.
yeah.
married
Stand by me.
Rebecca Romaine.
But when it came up, and I was like, oh my god! I think it's because this movie is so revered. Whereas like a Joe's Apartment.
I think it's right. Do
Or
you think
Angus
do you
or
think it's
whatever
just for our age group though?
I'd like to think that it's not just for our age group, but I can
I
see.
can see it not hitting because this hit right with 99.
I mean, based off.
I think so. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like
it's
an 80s,
perfect for
90s kind
when I
of football,
graduated.
right? Like
high school.
the Kilmers are not. They're no longer out there in grade school, high school.
I
football
think
like they used to
they're fewer and farther between. I don't know
Yeah.
that they're gone, but based off how baggy Dawson's jeans were, I think it's got to be around 99.
Yeah, I think that's exactly
be. Love
right.
they call him Dawson.
I mean,
He's always going to be Dawson.
you know,
He's not
it-
boxing.
It is 99, but it's but legitimately, I couldn't not notice his jeans. I was like, I wore this. I
Yeah.
wore those
Carpenter jeans with the hammer loop.
with a football jersey on Friday.
With your heel figures.
You know, it's funny though you said that, Bob, because obviously both of us in the coaching realm, and I have definitely been closer to a hard ass, but obviously not to the level of like a Bud Kilmer. But the finding that line of like where you say like there's no way they're not out there somewhere, right?
Somewhere. Yeah, they are.
But I think they were more of a staple of what coaching was, and it's like the no bullshit, but they essentially ran the town.
Right, and everyone was scared of him in the town, right? Like they still remember when he coached them, and they're just like, "Oh, sorry, coach." It's like,
Yeah.
And that's why I like this movie, because it's all like, fuck that establishment shit. I'll play if I want to. Let's be heroes.
This is Martin's like, yeah,
it's my movie.
It
This
is
what
very
it
much.
speaks to me.
Yeah, he's like, fuck sports. I mean, like
He was
you
all
don't-
about the Vonnegut.
You don't run this town.
I was all about the Vonnegut, exactly.
definitely reading Vonnegut.
I was definitely reading Slaughterhouse 5 instead of
Martin was reading it in the first row of the stands, but he was definitely had Vonnegut 5 Slaughterhouse 5 open when it happened. That's really funny. That's definitely
That's
what
a
Martin
great
was doing.
comment. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You mentioned the high school. I think we've all heard the lore of Texas high school football. There's another movie out there. Some of you watched it this week. I may or may not have misspoke to Jelani and Martin and told
Yeah.
them to watch Friday Night Lights instead.
we just found out 20 minutes ago that we were doing Varsity Blues instead of Friday Night Lights. I watched it with my kids. I watched it with the whole family, actually. Lindsay, Nolan.
I feel like you can watch Friday Night Lights with the family.
It was perfect because, like you said, everyone's playing football, so I needed to show it to my son anyway, and Nolan was into it as well, my stepson. So great. We sat through a whole movie. It was like the first one that we've ever sat as a blended family where everyone sat and watched, even Brecklin, my daughter, who doesn't give a shit. So
it was a mistake.
But it was a mistake, yeah. That's why I'm talking about it now, because it can't be for nothing.
Like, where do you go from like Little Giants to then Friday Night Lights to Varsity Blues? Like, how do you rank those?
So
like, you go
I
from,
went
like,
Little Giants was the first football movie I showed Roman. From a kid's from a youth standpoint, I think you can get in early on that.
Yep.
And I think it was 2 years ago, and Mila even watched that one, and she they rewatched it numerous times. Like, they both thought that was like fun, and I think that is you talk about a perfect football movie. That's not. It's a perfect intro football movie.
Yeah.
It's a good kid movie. Yeah, I didn't watch it until we did it on the
It's a really
podcast.
Was that like
So I was,
kind of like
too
we
old for
want to
it.
be Sandlot, but we can't? Like,
yeah,
right?
I think that's a little football Sandlot vibe for sure.
Yeah.
And I just think rewatching with them was the first time I'd seen it in a very long time, obviously.
Yeah.
And I still found it really enjoyable. I just felt like it hit
was
on
fun.
a lot of notes.
Who's the guy?
Al Bundy?
No, who wrote it, or
What?
wasn't it the guy from Ski School or Ski
ChatGPT
Patrol?
it.
Dean Cameron?
No, you're talking about the guy who directed Bridesmaids, Paul
Yeah,
Feig?
Paul Feig. Is it a Paul Feig?
I don't
thing?
think
No?
so.
Was he in it? Am
I
I
don't
totally
think so.
Okay, never mind.
I think
No, it's
you're
fine.
conflating heavyweights.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Bringing
heavyweights. My
heavyweights
bad.
into this.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there's no like middle school
Yeah.
football movie. Like if you go from Little Giants, the next step is probably going to be like a high school.
You should produce that.
It's
Jeremy.
got to
Yeah,
be.
we should
We
write it.
can film it.
We called that when I was playing like middle school, junior high. I think our coach at the time, he called it. We were the Mean Machine, and I think that's from a movie. I think.
Yeah,
right?
it's The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. Right. So I think like that'd be a fun like that age group. I don't. You got to find the drama, or you got to find the. I mean, I think there's a lot of natural. We've talked about this. I think on or off the pod. There's a lot of natural, like, almost movie-esque storylines just in a regular season of football. There's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of disappointment, a lot of heartache, a lot of excitement. It checks almost. You can just pick your team and watch a year.
Yeah,
you're
it's
probably,
cinematic on its own.
You're probably going to go through all the emotions that you want to see in a football season.
That's why Hard Knocks works.
That's why Hard Knocks works.
Unless you're the Bears. And then it doesn't.
The only team to fuck that up. It really would have been even better. Like this year,
Yeah.
Well, presuming they ever actually officially say they're going to move to Arlington Heights, it would have been you add that whole element in where it's like this is this overarching storyline.
Just don't have so much creative control over it. That was the problem. They edited the whole shit out of it. And
You guys like them, not me.
It's the Bears.
You will.
I intern for the Bears. Let me tell you, it's very dialed in. What you get and what you don't get, what you can say and you can't say.
Sounds great.
sounds like fun.
Not so much.
The Yankees, they let them grow mustaches and facial hair, or they gotta.
I thought I told you to trim those sideburns. You're off the team.
We had Rick Meyer in the house. Like, don't tell anyone he's here. I'm like, does anyone really care that Rick Meyer is in the house? Like, I'm a big Notre Dame fan. I might have cared, but like, no one else in Chicago really cares that Rick Meyer's here. Are you going to sign him? Like, come on.
Yeah, it worked out well.
We could add Sean Springs.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a good ass player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Varsity Blues. For those of us that watched it, You talked about like, dude, would it translate right? Like, I think there's enough. Maybe you have to go through high school to appreciate it. I don't know if I don't think our kids are going to find a lot of what we find fun, and
Might set up their expectations a little, weird.
I think I agree with that. You got to go through high school to then like, how did your high school equate to that high school?
Well, so I had a note about that. I was like this. As I watch this movie, like it feels like they're trying to sell you. This is like small town Texas, and I understand that Texas is big, but like there's a lot of things in this movie that don't make it feel small town. Like you act like nobody knows who people are. They're like, dude, I grew up in small town, 3,500 people. Everyone knew who the hell everybody was.
Right.
Like
you would have known that the teacher is a stripper.
You definitely.
She was driving that Mustang.
Somebody would have known. Not just a curious backup quarterback who's like, that's a lot of car for a backup or for a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, small town. Like, how far you got to go to find like a strip club that she would work at?
How far do you got to get
like-
to the Roadhouse to get to the Double
The
Deuce?
lumber
Are
yard.
those close?
45
or-
yards.
Is that what it was
40
called? The lumber yard?
No,
Is there
40
one in every town?
45 minutes is the closest strip club to where I grew up in Daisy Dukes, which is right off 80, and then SoCo and Mount
You've
Joy.
never been in there for sure. Never in there, right?
For BYOB, yeah. Every bachelor party,
Oh, you bring it
Oh.
up. Have you never
Full
been
cooler.
To yeah, bring in a full cooler.
Guys, I don't go to places like that.
yeah. Only heard stories.
Yeah.
I can tell you they exist. I'm not
But
going to
yeah.
act like I haven't been there.
Like that rumor would have gone around, and somebody's older brother, parent would
Also,
have validated
it's
it,
not
and it
like
would have been
she
a
was
rumor
like
anymore.
unattractive even when you first saw her. Like she's a pretty attractive woman, so
Right.
it's like I think the boys would have probably already been interested in her. Obviously, they got a little more interested in her, but
You go prom
There's
with
one
me.
person here at the table interested.
yeah, well, that's fine. Not unattractive. Did I want to say we talked about, or I briefly mentioned Mox, Dawson, whatever, Vanderbeek.
Wow, you got all three of his
Johnny
names. Good
Mock.
job.
This is the intro to Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob became like a
Are we going to go straight to Billy Bob? We're going to skip over my boy, Paul Walker, P Dub.
P-Dub.
yeah. We're going straight to Billy Bob. We'll get to Lance Harbor, the guy who isn't as memorable as Billy Bob in this movie. Billy Bob, I would argue, is the most memorable character in the movie.
For
Agree.
sure. Yeah.
I think he's
Unless you're Kevin Kent and you associated with Tweeter.
Tweet.
Kevin Kent wants to associate with
He
Tweeter.
wants to be Tweeter.
Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't associate with Tweeter. He just wants to act like he does.
You gotta like the police car scene. Steals a car. That's great.
It's great. Hence why he wants to.
yeah.
But Billy Bob is legitimately, he became a thing for a second. But I wanted to call, I actually think on the scene where he is like in the field shooting shotguns, I actually think he really did a good job. He was
Acting?
like acting.
Yeah.
Really
Sure.
emotional for a guy who's not really anything other than just a big ass dude.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good.
Too slow and dumb.
Exactly.
I haven't even seen this movie recently. I can still quote every line.
We can talk about Tweeter though. Tweeter is Yes.
He's the wild card, right? And apparently every team's got to have one, right?
Every team has a tweeter at some point. They may not show it at 9U, but there's a kid in there. Say, like, we'll find out in 5 years. There is a tweeter. It just
right.
better not be my kid.
hold on, Bob. Let's just.
Can you guys think of one?
We don't
No
need
names.
to.
You don't have to. Yeah,
we don't
definitely
need to
not going
say,
to say the
yeah,
name.
We don't need to say last names, but I want to.
You don't even need to say first names. You could just call him Joe or whatever.
I got a thought of who it could be, and he's on your team.
And he's
Was he on our team last year?
Nope.
Okay.
just
All
gonna,
right. I got a thought.
We're gonna put his name
shares
down
your
on the.
same last name.
I got a thought, too.
We're just gonna put his name down in the crime blotter in pencil.
It's my hunch, and this is, and we'll see. Yeah, we can check back in a couple years. See
We'll
if-
talk later on.
Yeah,
I think
see if
we may
we
be on
don't
the same
think-
page.
But Tweeter is obviously was a great little. I would argue he should be a slot receiver. It seemed like they were playing him at the X, but probably should
Definitely a slot guy.
probably should have him moving across the middle a little bit more. But
Yeah.
you know, how do you feel about this? Well, obviously, you get the old school mentality, the run heavy offense, which
Yeah.
we get. But James Box is bringing in
The whoop-de-whoop.
the Mississippi State offense. They're
Yeah.
throwing. They're second in the nation.
The Pirates.
This is like pre Mike Leach even, who ended up at Mississippi State, ironically. But
That was my pirate reference. I don't know what that's not.
the
Does
that's-
it work?
What
Does their
oop-de-oop?
offense?
the oop de hoop?
Not the oop de oop. We know the oop
The,
de oop
the
works.
hook and ladder to the guard.
Is the hook and ladder really going to work? I mean,
Can
I
you
don't
hook and ladder to Mateo? Is my question.
know. Ooh, no, he cannot run the ball.
Can't touch the ball.
Can't touch the ball.
Striper
He's got a
rules.
striper.
This guy, he would do well in the hook and ladder. Wait till high school. No holds barred.
Can you guys please just do it one time, just for fun? It's
We
not
can't.
you. What?
They can't touch the ball.
Can't touch the ball.
Oh,
They'd
no.
be dead.
Nolan could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But-
With someone who can. Are all
well-
your is all your O-line stripers?
No.
And then there you
4.
go. You can do the
Yes.
hook and ladder.
Fenby or
Stripers, by the
Probably
way, are kids who are
Owen,
too big
yeah.
to carry the football.
Derbick?
yeah, I would say. I mean, define too big. They're just
They're too muscular.
They're
way
strong.
too much.
They're strong kids.
Well,
they
like-
got big parents.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
They didn't get they don't have my genes.
Yeah.
I'm like, Roman, someday you'll grow tall, but you will not grow fast.
Are you not fast?
No. No. Speed was not what
got
I was
an arm,
looking
though.
for.
I've seen him throw
can
a
throw-
lot of footballs.
I feel like
50
I'm
yards.
Throw that pitch in the
unassumingly
quarter mile.
athletic, but
Yeah, you're athletic.
I'm not fast.
That's why I
Amazing,
wasn't sure.
amazing
I never
defensive
really-
coordinator. This year, are you calling plays both
I
offensively and
moved to
defensively?
offense.
That's a big
I
move.
transitioned. It felt like the right play. There's a control aspect on the offensive
is.
side of the ball. I think
It's a
you
whole different
recognize
ballgame.
that. I think it's,
No disrespect to my defense coordinators out there, but the offense, it's like you got to learn how to play chess versus checkers.
yeah, a little bit. And I'm going to find that out this week. First
Now,
game.
do you guys play any music at all during practices? And will you be playing any
Oh,
Varsity
yeah, we
Blues
have.
soundtrack? Do we have?
We have
It's a pretty good
the,
soundtrack.
It's not bad, actually.
We have two go-to playlists. One is the 9U Gold, which is all rap,
Nice.
and then we have the 9U Gold Rock. We go rock
With
on
Hot for
Thursday.
Teacher?
We go rap. We don't have Hot for Teacher, but we do have we do have some Van Halen in there. So,
Nice. Yeah, I love Van Halen.
However, teacher might be a little early.
I
for
know.
that.
I know. It's-
That's good though. You guys, you got to break it. See, you like things segmented. I
We
was
are
just gonna-
going,
I'm merge in.
We've kind of thrown this in there on victories on a road game, but we did it at home the other day after the Jamboree. Little Pink Pony Club.
I love that song.
And
Dig
the
it.
kids, like, couple, like, no, I'm not going to do that, coach. Half of them were into it, and the other half want to get into it. I think it's going to be a thing. And
You're forcing it though. I can tell.
No, it kind of came natural the first time, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
It's like fetch. It's gonna happen.
Stop trying to
These
make
big bad
fetch
football
happen.
kids singing Pink Pony Club, it just throws people
Well, you
off.
have to lean into that stuff, and like some of these boys, I think recognize that like it's fun and just like you can do it wrong, and others are.
That's
like,
how you find the tweeter in the group, the one that's dancing to Pink
still,
Pony Club.
You're feeling a little. Some kids are still feeling like a little bit like, nah, I don't want to be a tough guy. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And the fun. You're not wrong, Martin. The
the
fun.
ones that are going to dance in West Hollywood.
The guy that strips naked when that song comes on and starts dancing. He's on his way.
You got to bring a little PJ Fleck into your football
You
practice.
definitely don't. Row your own boat.
I feel like Crazy Train has like a moment with these kids these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Crazy
know.
Train was Roman's
It's
walk-up
not on the
song for
soundtrack,
baseball
but
for,
yeah, there you go.
yeah, little Foo Fighters in there.
Yeah,
Obviously, the hero narrative is
it's
touched
perfect.
on.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't want to
Such a
gloss
good
over
football
Martin
song.
or Jelani's boy, Lance Harbor. He's really geeked up to talk about Paul Walker for a second.
I mean, it's the intro to Paul.
It was an intro to Paul
yeah.
Walker, right?
Who legitimately broke his leg during filming.
Is that right?
That's what it said, yeah.
Had to hobble around on crutches.
Can I ask
Method
one-
actor.
Can I ask one more question on the topic of music?
Oh, no, we're out.
No, yeah.
you're good.
I'll
Of
talk,
course.
I'll talk music all day.
We introduced the song "Get the Gat," the Joe Burrow. Get the gat, get the gat. No,
I don't know.
You've never
Check
seen it?
out.
Oh,
Is that appropriate? Not appropriate?
I would,
I mean,
on a hunch,
fine.
not appropriate at all, but I
that was
Sounds fine. to
I
me.
mean,
I
Joe
care
Burrow's
very
doing
little.
it.
Yeah.
The kids like
there was
you
a
know,
big meme.
I mean, a grown-up man's doing it. I don't know why the 9-year-olds can't.
I'm
there's
with
a-
a car going.
a big meme
Maybe
about
don't-
them when they went to the White House and they did it.
Yeah, they did
Oh.
it.
but they're
One
not
of the-
supposed to be doing the gun
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Which is
not
why
something-
They get in trouble for
Coach
that?
should probably stop doing that.
Yeah, good.
You can just sing it. I don't know who did it at the White House.
That's my
Joe
college.
Burrow and LSU.
Oh, LSU.
Yeah, if you can do it in the White House with Burrow and Jamar
And
Justin,
one of the boosters' wives.
yeah, I mean, she like
I
think she's like
remember
a
that now.
congresswoman.
But so that's not new. I was thinking it was like a new thing.
No, it's
Oh,
old.
okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Only R&B songs.
Ask your wife about Joe Burrow. She knows.
although Joe, I don't know, Joe in the show. What's he on? He's on.
quarterback.
Is he on quarterback? I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, you should rock some of his looks. He's like very into fashion.
I'm lacking hair.
Check out what Joe wears. I don't know. Report
Yeah,
back.
he's. I think.
That's why I said your wives all know about
I
Joe
think
Burrow.
what I do like about Joe from afar. What I know is he just does whatever he wants, and I dig that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I dig that.
Except by the Batmobile because he chickened out like a punk.
Oh, jeez.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what is that?
He was
He
supposed
did
to get
not,
he
right?
was supposed
Which
to get
Batmobile?
the tumbler.
Yep.
From the Dark Knight trilogy?
Yeah. And then after he got robbed,
Sounds like a terrible
like-
idea.
He like flexed on the fact that he was going to buy
yeah,
one.
he was like bragging about it, and then he got robbed, and he was like, I don't think it's a great idea to get them.
I mean, he got robbed. I feel like
Which Batmobile would you want?
Who doesn't get robbed?
That one? Or would you want the one from the original Batman?
No,
Not from the
I'd
Michael,
want the
Michael
one
Keaton.
from the animated series, the Art Deco, like
Of course.
1920s one.
so. You
Of course,
wouldn't want
you would
one.
want one that's not real.
The functional one, I'd take the tumbler. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the question. What car would you can?
There's a billion of them. There's
you
the one
can't
from
obtain a freaking cartoon.
they built one for all of them. The Joel Schumacher one's a cartoon. The big tail fin with the blue like ribs.
I mean, but it's.
You talking about cars? What are we talking about?
You can fabricate whatever you want.
I hear you.
You're just.
I do want to see the one from animated. I did watch it, but I don't remember it at all. But I was asking for reality.
Because
from a fictional character
where we live and the reality. I was trying to. What do you think is? There's a couple things that I would argue are like the most memorable things from this movie. One of them was alluded to in the intro quote from Martin. Mm-hmm. The whipped cream bikini obviously stands out to at least one demo. I definitely remember Puke and Rally as being a prominent thing that was yelled. And then I actually might argue those are the two things that I think are, a lasting legacy. Now, maybe it's impossible to get past the whipped cream bikini, which was shaving cream, by the way, but no big deal.
Right, because it wouldn't melt under the lights.
Yeah, but fun fact for those of you that introduced Allie Larder to the world.
Yeah, I was going to say Allie Larder, Amy Smart, too.
Yeah.
I like Amy Smart.
Jules.
Yeah.
I'll always remember when Wendell tells Mox about all the shit that Kilmer's doing and not giving him the ball once he goes running in. He's got his mama doing his scouting.
I got a problem with this, though.
Okay.
I agree with you. I love it. And then he's ready to just take the needle. Even though he's off on anti-Kilmer, he fucking hates Kilmer. This is such bullshit. And then Kilmer wants to do it, and he's just going to do it.
He can't.
But the guy's got to do what he's got to do to
right.
get to the next. He's trying to get to
He's
college.
got to be seen.
Nah,
he needs a free
I got a
ride
problem
somewhere.
with it. I like the stance until
It's like in Friday Night Lights.
Booby kept going out there.
Booby kept going out
Booby,
there. Yeah. He had
miles.
a hurt knee, but he had
Needs
that's
a
all,
ride,
that's all he had.
That's like life for those guys. Like he's got to find a way.
Lance
to
Harper
the
was
next
going to go
step.
to Florida State. Move out of this town.
love it.
Same with Allie Lauder.
Right.
Yeah.
She was ready to go.
Can't believe she didn't get
I mean, she turned quickly.
I mean, it was now that I'm thinking about it, it's like Talladega Nights.
Was she like
cut him out of the
show?
picture.
Like it was all about her.
It literally in the hospital.
I
it's
have
just
to be
like,
dating the quarterback.
I see he's going to be the guy now. I guess I'm going to run home with him. Yeah, it didn't take long. You're
I
not.
should show this to the boys sooner. Like, stay away from those girls.
Yeah, that might be some questions along the way. Here's a strip club scene. Where is this place? Hold on. The teacher shows her boobs. Guys, I would argue the most shocking thing I learned out of this movie that I didn't remember is that Landry's in it.
He is?
Oh, he's the little
He's
brother.
the little brother at the
No.
barbecue.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the new
That's the,
new religions.
Landry from Friday Night Lights on the TV show. Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons.
Well, that's the guy that looks like.
Yeah, he looks like Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
He looks like poor man's
like
Matt Damon. That's what they say.
I caught that too this time around.
Yeah.
Like, poor man's Matt Damon. That's how I know.
who is now like never would have guessed he would have been like the amazing actor that he's
No,
become.
and
But,
I
yeah.
saw him and I was like, I had no idea that he was
No,
in this movie.
I did not know that either.
That was
wild.
a legitimate surprise, and I was like, shit. It was young Landry before I knew who
What
Landry was.
about Mox's brother? He's kind of got a fun little role in the movie.
It's a really interesting
Isn't that
storyline.
cute? He started a cult.
They just decided, like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to
Small-
mention it every religion ever just for the hell of it.
like, where's that? Like, how do you decide to put that kid in that whole thing in the movie?
I trust me, he starts the movie on a cross.
Interesting.
I got no idea where they were going.
That guy that had the THCP before.
For sure.
But I have a really dark, interesting fact that involves that guy. So, 2 principal cast members have died since the movie's release.
Ronnie Lester.
Paul Walker in 2013, and Ron Lester, who was Billy Bob, in 2016. In addition, Joe Pickler, who played Kyle, our religious fan, has been missing since 2006.
Dang.
That's
That's
not
interesting.
good.
That's fucking weird.
He started a cult.
Got too deep.
They can't keep up with him because
He's
he's
with
just
the Manson
changing
family.
religions. Every time they're on to him, he moves on to something else. I just thought that was crazy and very, very dark.
Like Billy Bob, though. You got to love Billy Bob.
You know, you can't help but not love. I mean, he's obviously super lovable. He's got a bacon. He's got a
Bacon.
pig as a pet.
I love that dog.
I love that. That's a pig. Yeah. He's when you see him for the first time, he's dipping, I think, pancakes or waffles in peanut butter and chugging maple syrup, and you already can see that he's like 300 plus pounds, and he's got a pig in the. I mean, it's like it's overload of information about him being fat.
Doc says my cat's okay. You got a CAT scan.
Yeah, it's. But I agree with you. You can't not love him. He's like
so good.
And then you see him obviously go through. He has a wild ride of a storyline. I mean,
sure.
down, injured, getting bitched at. I feel theoretically suicidal there for
the concussions.
A couple minutes. The concussions,
probably CTE.
Oh yeah, I mean I know why he died in 2016. Definitely should have done this. They should.
I don't know if
donated
he was a
his
real
brain.
football player.
Oh, all right.
This is a fake movie? This is a documentary?
I think it's real life.
Plus, I could say football's got safer in the last 20 years.
It has gotten safer. I think there's no doubt that there's, everyone cares about brains now.
No one does.
The helmets
no
are-
one does the Oklahoma drill all day, all the time anymore.
No, I've never seen it.
Maybe
So-
one team at every program. You know.
So one of my technicalities with this film, and I will ask the two football coaches here: how many people are on your staff?
Oh, I got that note.
I have 16 players.
Yeah,
There's 6 of us on the staff.
right.
I have 17 players and I have 5 coaches.
Yeah.
So when Bud Kilmer leaves, there are no coaches.
None, not one to be
Right.
found.
I said, I was
They
like,
need
he should have
Lance.
hired a couple of assistants.
Lance did a great job. Yeah.
He comes in and he just leans in. He's,
Yeah,
But,
was
like,
there
would you
nobody
wanna work
else
under Kilmer?
at any point?
Can you?
You can't run a football team like
You
that.
can't.
Right.
It's
No.
impossible.
Not especially
But I'm
as
saying
good as they were.
at any point in the movie, you don't see anyone else.
Maybe in the
there
background.
are a couple.
There's
at
a
some
chance.
point. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think there are.
early on, but then later by that last game, you're right. Yeah, nobody.
And so
nobody's in the
all
locker
those
room.
guys are still loyal to Kilmer. Like they just walked because
It's
Kilmer
weird.
walked.
No, because you don't see him walking. I just think it's obviously whatever.
Yeah,
It's
just
makes
to
the
make
story
it
work.
Yeah,
But it's I
so they can have fun and do the hook and ladder play.
as someone who has numerous coaches, I was like, that was my note. I'm like, Kilmer really should have hired some assistants. I'm like, could have had somebody run
funny.
that team. You got an OC, DC. No, Kilmer's doing it all.
Doing
By the
it.
way, his defense sucked.
It's terrible. They got
There was
lit
getting
up all the time.
always, and there was an obscene amount of like flipping players. Every guy on defense
Well,
is getting
you know,
upended
as
over.
the song says, every little
every
thing
football
counts.
movie has all the crazy hits that never happen. In it.
Right.
Dude, I saw
That's why parents don't let their kids play football. They watch
Right.
too many movies.
a TikTok or something where they were they showed like the old intro for whatever Monday Night Football. Or just they show all the craziest plays of flips, and they're like every single one of these would
Right.
either put a player out or just not be allowed anymore.
Yeah,
but
did
it's
you guys
what
ever-
they did to try to get
I
people
sent my
excited about it.
coaches like a hype up video, like
Yeah.
an Instagram video, and one of my coaches like 98% of those plays would never happen in today's game.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
We used to watch football injuries in
Right.
gym class. Like they would show us like a tape, and it would be like a half hour of just people getting their legs broken or getting twisted up or things like that.
What was wrong with your gym teacher?
yeah, right. Why?
I don't know why.
What was the
I hated football.
You could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
what was the gain out of that? Like at the end of this,
We got volleyball signups later on tonight.
Right? Like,
You're indoors all the time, kids. You're not going to get cold. You're good.
We'll give you knee pads.
I don't. I found it amusing, and you're right, Bob. Like they obviously are going to the extreme for a reason, right? It's just for pure entertainment value. But I was just like, every guy. First of all, they're getting hit by like 6'5", 245-pound linebackers at every single angle
Right.
they got. The game they lost that they came off the strip club night,
Right.
those dudes that were coming in were just the biggest jacked guys, like smoking them left and right. I'm like, this is a lot.
yeah. And then the other thing that I laugh at is so you meet Mox, you meet Lance, you meet Tweeter, you meet Wendell, Billy Bob.
You going through the whole cast?
I'm trying to
That's
just
impressive. You got it down.
trying to fill out the rest of the offense.
Oh, there's some.
Where's the tight end?
I would argue they're just really clicky.
When are you going to run your 12 personnel?
Right.
But every movie's like that. Every sports movie, you never see the whole
Well,
team.
this is
I need
the
at least
downfall.
another wide receiver.
This
guys.
is the downfall of the football movie is
Yeah.
there are a lot of people. So it's like it's hard to have that many characters all be relevant. So you have to gloss over a bunch of people.
Right. You just focus on necessary roughness. You focus on the kicker.
Here's why I give Varsity Blues some props. Like they focused on a lineman with Billy Bob.
Billy
Us
Bob.
linemen, I'm a lineman. We just do all the dirty work, right? No praise.
None- yeah,
Just
none of the
grind it.
love.
Like, luckily, they featured Billy Bob there. Give the lineman some love.
Where does I'm gonna veer quick here before we. Where does the program fall with you on a football level?
As we were talking about like movies that if you could remake a movie that was like close to like the truth, like man, the program is like college.
Yeah,
to it, like not to a T, but like almost to a T.
They obviously lean hard on like steroids, and there's some other stuff outside with like the quarterback going to like rehab in the middle, but like. We watched that before like every high school, every Friday, like before our Friday night, Thursday nights we would get together and watch the program.
Yeah,
because it was
awesome. Like it would amp you up.
Yes,
you were like ready to go.
Yes,
let's go.
It's awesome. The program to me that's like, but it had more to do with like the way they showed the football, right? And I think that was the thing that with Any Given Sunday we talked about, like the way that was like I think the most accurate. The violence of football was showcased, and maybe too much, but I think they did a good job of showing. I mean, you're looking at white knuckles. You're looking at some of the details that are involved in that, and that movie tried to all of them. To your earlier point, Bob, capture a lot of good things in some way, shape, or form, but then there's excess that's why the perfect one has yet to be done.
Yeah, I think that's where like if you take the movies, but you also take the Hard Knocks aspect or the SEC, like there's so much about football, but like. The stuff you remember is not just like the day of the game and what happened. It's all the stuff with your boys and in the locker room and hanging out, right? Like I think they can go through more of that. And then there's this aspect of like the coach, right? And coach is trying to get kids up for the game and trying to get kid from who's not as confident, but you see his talent and you want to get him to the next level. Like you don't see as much of that in these movies, and I think that's what it's missing.
Yeah.
So you need a little bit of We Are Marshall, a little bit of Remember the Titans.
That's a great movie too, man.
Yeah, a little bit of the Replacements. Get the locker room vibe.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want to see the 85 Bears dramatization movie. Let's write that one.
Let me tell you.
For Brady.
Bears
Make
85,
him write it.
30 for 30. I get tears when I watch it.
Yeah.
When I see Steve McMichael saying, we're going out there, and it's for the throng, like the crowd, right?
Yeah,
like,
wouldn't that
he's
make a
like,
good movie? That's what I'm
that
saying.
would
Like
make an amazing movie.
Thank you.
But no,
Yeah.
it's done. You don't need to make a movie.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, but not everyone's seen the 30 for 30 because some
So then
people just like to go to the movies.
Reshoot
Yeah.
it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Reshoot it as a documentary, though.
I mean, maybe I'm just
No,
a Bears
not
fan. But
documentary.
like,
I'm
That's
saying
a
make it, cast it.
that 30 for
Actors.
30.
You can't.
Yeah,
You're going to get people bitching and moaning like you didn't get the
you
right
guys
Walter Payton.
always poo-poo my sports movies.
You don't like
ideas.
sports that much, and you choose bad ideas.
There are some correlations that Bears team.
Bob just agreed with me.
To a lot of these movies, right? The Bears were a set of characters. You got to have
Yeah.
a Walter Payton. You got to have a Dan Hampton, a Steve McMahon. Guys that are different and like different in different ways that stick out. And like they're crazy, but they're like down to earth. They're fun. Like you got to have a bunch of different dudes that do different things, like make the whole thing kind of work.
The reason like Air was good was they didn't try to find somebody to cast as Michael Jordan because that would have taken over the entire thing. To do a 85 Bears movie, like you were saying, Bob, is you're going to have to get all these different characters.
You find someone to be Walter Payton. You got to
Right.
find someone to be all those guys. No, you have them. Some things are better served as a documentary.
You don't have the locker room discussions. You don't have anything outside of the footage of the actual game and them doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
You don't
I'm
have
saying
it.
I want someone to write a script.
Which wouldn't be the locker room conversations.
Yeah. It's called a dramatization. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, man.
This may sound weird. You probably won't get it, but like in college, we had the Bears Hallis Hall, the old Hallis Hall, and we couldn't go out on Friday nights on campus. We had home games. We had to go there sequestered. You're watching a movie until you went to bed, and everyone would just be an idiot and do dumb shit, right? And you'd have a buddy that'd be like, all of a sudden you're watching a movie. It'd be the steamroller. Some guy roll over all the guys, and it was just dumb, right? Like so dumb. Or you'd have someone doing the I don't even know how to describe it with the light where you're making like
Shadow puppets.
Shadow puppet. Yeah.
Shadow
Finger puppet.
Yeah.
Shadow puppet.
I mean, you're in college and you're like, just is that funny?
You're
But for
finding-
some reason,
you're finding your
like,
fun.
For some reason, like you're having fun with like
Yeah.
the silliest things or
Well, this is what I think the
naked dance parties in the locker room with 50 dudes.
Whoa.
those are different these days.
You ever seen a grown man naked, Bob?
Well, you just like don't care. You're just like whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
times they have changed. But I think like if there's anything
that
that's
make you uncomfortable when I say
an
that?
accurate
at all.
representation is that football.
Brady loves it.
I guarantee you've talked about
You know
this,
it does.
and I have already this season too. Right, like it's the ultimate team sport.
Yeah.
Right, and part of it, and that they can't get at this level that we're at, and they will ideally if they keep playing longer is that yes, the practices and the games are awesome, but it's the off the field stuff, the locker room stuff that you talked about previously. Those are what are going to be. Those are truly probably going to be as impactful memories that you're going to go back to. You're going to lose some games, you're going to win some games, and you're going to have some good, fun moments in there. But the camaraderie, the brotherhood, all those things that go together are actually as important and as vital to the memories that you're going to hold on to.
I love that you said brotherhood. We break it down on brotherhood.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to like just put football in a nutshell. Like it's a bunch of people getting together for one goal, and you all got to support each other. And if you're not together and you're fractioned out, you're just not going to have success.
Yeah, it's impossible. Another type of brotherhood is, well, I should say, did Tweeter? We know what Tweeter did when he graduated high school. He moved to New York. And he went to work at a
JT Marlin.
JT
Marlin. Ripping off JP Morgan.
So Bob, for our dad segment of movies you can't wait to show your kids, Bob, you picked Boiler Room, and I'd love for you to explain a little bit of where you were at with that. One, you had 3 very willing participants for this movie, but from your aspect, why is this a movie that you either maybe you have or you can't wait to eventually show your kids?
Yeah. One, thank you for like making me think about that. And at first I was like, Boiler Room wasn't the top of the list, and then it came up, and it just kind of took me back to I guess the way I was like my upbringing, right? I came from a neighborhood where you had to hustle, you had to work hard.
You were slinging crack.
I wasn't slinging crack cocaine, but if I could have had my own,
getting those big rips on penny stocks.
if I could have been like having my own like casino in my parents' house, like I would have done it. Maybe not, but I just like the fact that it's a blue collar dude who is trying to get ahead in life, and he's got to hustle. And I think I'm in sales. Jeremy, you're in sales to
sales
a degree,
adjacent,
right?
Martin's in sales.
Like you got to hustle. I have a Michael Jordan photo. It's a print in the back of, and it's on every call. And it says like
wings,
outwork everyone.
It says always be closing.
Outwork everyone. Always be closing too.
Yeah.
But it's a hustle. It's that mentality. And my first job out of college, I was making 150 phone calls a day, cold calls to like CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Like, hey, I got a package of 10 people to the Masters. I'm calling you, Jeremy, because I get a full commission by bringing in a new client. All right. I got a bunch of other clients that want to go, but it's your first right of refusal, and the client had to back out. They had to let go of 25% of their deposit to do so. If you sign today, you just got to pay the balance. But I got to know right now, 125 grand, 10 people, 4 days, Masters. Are you in? And if you are, you get first right of refusal for the next several years. And like to me, it felt like I was at JT Marlin, like slinging stocks, right? Yeah. And it was like, I think it was like, I don't know, do we know when that came out? When did that movie come out?
I have
2000.
2000.
Okay,
yeah.
so I got out of college in 2000, and 2000, I was selling sports packages, and it was a grind. It felt like they were only hiring young guys who weren't making a lot of money, right? Like they say, like, you're training,
the first couple months, $150
$150 a month. I was like that. It felt like I was that guy.
You didn't have your Series 7 yet.
I didn't have a Series 7.
You were training for it.
I didn't get my tie cut, right? Yeah. My 40th sale, I got to keep the money.
That's great.
Yeah. But it just resonated to me. And I think like
you were able to act as if.
Yeah, act as if I was Ben Affleck. Like, hey, what's up? I drive a Ferrari 355 Cabriolet. Right? Hey, Skippy, Skippy, get up!
Or I don't know if
he's
called it.
Yeah, well, he's doing the Alec. Right, I thought he was only in that first scene, but he was doing the Alec Baldwin character from Glengarry.
I used to be able to like recite that whole thing. That was like probably my favorite.
Like they were reciting Wall Street, which I thought that part was kind of
cheesy.
This type of like definitely when I watched this movie when we watched it in college, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's a cool movie, and I enjoyed it this time too. But I definitely was like, yeah, like these guys are just dumb for not knowing.
Lame.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a little more douchiness to it.
Before you could get like a 3-minute inspirational thing on like Instagram, Boiler Room was my go-to inspiration.
You get a little fired up. No one loved this movie more than Kevin Kent.
Right.
We definitely had the poster on our dorm room wall, no doubt. We actually our intramural flag football team at college. Our friend Kevin is who's we mentioned a lot.
Kevin Kent.
Our flag football team, our intramural team our name was JT Marlin.
Love it.
It was, and for Kevin and I, it was like, if you know, you know, and if you don't, then fuck off, right? We dug it, and we were good, and it worked out well.
Chris Marlin from JP. Oh, that's my father.
It's a great line, right? You get a random young Vin Diesel.
Young Vin.
Another Fast and the Furious
There we go. All
connection.
over.
Solani was all. That's why he likes this movie.
That's why he likes this podcast.
I honestly thought Vin did a really good job.
Yeah, he
To
actually
be fair,
I'd want to
way
work for
better
Vin.
acting.
I'd
than
work
in
for Vin if he were my boss.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I was watching his performance in this, and he was very subdued, I guess, but also like
I think it's because he actually acted.
Confident.
And I like that he was like the nice guy. He wasn't
was nice.
the dick.
He wasn't the dick, and he was also
Nicky
like
Cat was the asshole, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
He was,
Totally.
like,
And that he played that
extremely-
pretty well.
The guy was just not confident in himself.
Insecure.
No.
There we go.
Yeah.
that guy's gonna end up driving an armored truck later in his life. If you know, you know.
My favorite scene in this whole thing was after he gets, goes through JT Marlin's training program, whatever, and he's sitting there, and the guy from the Times or from the Daily News tries to pitch him.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Then he spins it back
Yeah.
on him, and then he's like, "Yeah, now that's a sales pitch. You guys, so you're gonna buy it?" He goes, "No, I already get the Times." Click.
That was great.
I was like, "That's the best."
great.
That guy's not paying. He can access the mini at any time he wants.
I thought you were going to go with the company party at the beginning. That was your favorite scene.
Oh, yeah. You get that. Tweeter gets to go up to rooms 418,
Oh yeah,
handpicked. So
I was just talking about the bus ride to the city.
I remember. So I always thought Giovanni was going to be a star. I was like, I thought
From this movie?
this and others
And Friends?
He was pre-Friends, but I was just like, this guy's an up and comer. Watching him in this, he's actually a little more like, it's kind of a little over the top. Like when he's like crying, talking to his dad, I'm like, okay, buddy, like let's roll it back a little bit. Like,
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but I feel like it was better. I thought years ago that it wasn't that great a performance. And watching it this time, I'm like, oh yeah, he actually was okay. So I had kind of the opposite
Funny
of
how
what
that
you
works.
said. Yeah. Still not great, I guess, but not as bad as I thought. Because I kind of wondered why they cast him in this. Like I didn't think.
I think he has a good like. I don't want to use naivete again, but like he has a good innocence to him that I
Yeah,
think it
that's
portrays a
probably
little
why,
bit.
yeah.
Like he's not full on like so obviously
And that he was asking the questions.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's the smartest of these new recruits.
right, and he's at least curious enough to like check out the door, follow.
Right, because none of these other idiots.
They're willfully
Think about it.
ignorant
Yeah,
about
right,
what's
yeah.
going on, and he is
That's why they all end up getting arrested.
questioning why this doesn't all make obvious sense.
does Vin Diesel get out?
No,
I don't.
He gave him the heads up.
Yeah.
there's no time. He did pack the bag.
Well, so there had to be time because he had to get the sale.
Right.
He had to go cash the sale for the guy in the suburbs.
I don't think he got out. But you know what's crazy? I was watching it.
Even if he did get out, they're going to find him. They're going to arrest him.
He's on the run.
Yeah.
I was watching it, and they're going out, and he's waiting. The cars are rolling, and I was like, and I'm thinking, something's wrong.
His car wasn't facing that direction.
This is not the ending I remember. I'm like, this is not it. I can tell you what happens, and this isn't it. I started literally searching it. It's because I own the DVD,
Yeah, there's deleted scenes.
and one of the deleted scenes is at the end. Harry
Yeah.
comes with a gun to JT Marlin
Marlin.
at the same time as all this is going down.
And kills himself, doesn't he, or something?
I think he's going in, but they don't ever show anything that happens. But he has that's what I was waiting for. I was like, I swear that Harry comes here with a gun, and I'm like, fucking
No, there's a deleted scene. And they also had a deleted scene of the hotel room, I think.
oh,
Like the
and some other
coaches from
things.
He Got Game? Because I didn't see that.
college.
The college recruiting trip
Maybe.
Yeah,
from He Got
I don't
Game.
know if it couldn't have been that good. But yeah, it turned out that it was a deleted scene
Yeah.
that I'm sure I watched once or twice over the years
Right.
having it, but an Easter egg, if you will. But
Yeah, I probably watched it with you. That's why we.
right.
in college.
We mentioned what did we call Landry? Jesse, what was he?
Bargain basement Matt Damon.
Bargain bin Matt Damon.
Poor man's
Matt
Matt Damon. So I saw Affleck referred Damon for the role of Giovanni.
Of Seth.
I could see that.
He backed out so he could work on the Bourne Identity.
Good call.
That's a good call. That's probably made the right call.
Yeah, no, that was
Made a good choice.
Worked well for him.
I don't know who made the call, but whoever did was 100% spot on. Yeah, that was. I saw that and I thought that was pretty funny.
Let me ask you this: like, would you have closed down your casino though? Like, what do you think he was making? What was he pulling?
It had to be ridiculous. I mean, I think they were right.
If it disappointed my judge father that much, then yeah.
I think they were right. He was definitely going to get caught.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but
there's
it
a
was
shelf
too big.
life on that.
Yeah.
I was actually
Maybe move houses or something. I mean,
what caught me was how effusive his dad was when he told him that. Like he dropped that in the middle of his whole rant.
Right, and he's like,
and his
"Wait,
dad was
you
like,
closed
"Whoa,
the
you closed it?"
casino?"
And it almost made me think that there was like this storyline that we were missing where, I don't know, in my brain it was like his dad was almost wanting him to get caught and was like maybe, working. He was really hung up on the fact that you did this and you
Without
didn't tell
telling
me.
me? Yeah.
And I don't know. I just
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
got you.
pronounced and I didn't understand why. Felt like I was missing something.
his dad was an asshole. Huh?
For sure.
I mean, which part? Slapping in the face when he broke his leg, or kicking him out of the family. But the other part is, after all that, he went to him in his office and asked him to
I
take
don't
part in a
understand
nefarious
that part.
IPO.
Yeah, I don't know.
Scam. Like that felt like the
Yeah,
for
and
being
the
a
fact
smart
that he
guy.
would call back and be like, I won't go in part of it, but I won't. I'll just make sure
I'll
you won't
make
get
sure
caught.
yeah.
He wouldn't do that either. It was just to move the
There
plot
was some
along
loose
and to
ends
show him.
there that I
but
felt
that's
like I
okay.
didn't understand.
Here's a question I'll throw at you guys. All you guys are married, right? Father-in-laws. If you had to have Kilmer or that dude's dad from Boiler Room, who you
One of
taking?
our dad, our dad
Your
is either
father-in-laws.
Kilmer or that guy.
You had a
As
father-in-law.
a father-in-law.
Yeah, as a
Oh,
father-in-law.
father-in-law.
Yeah.
I'd take the judge.
I don't think I guess the judge was an ass. Was
I think he was
definitely an
coming from a
asshole,
good
but
spot.
yeah. And,
Kilmer's an asshole.
And I mean, the fact is, your son is running an illegal casino and ruining people's lives. So your kid's kind of an asshole too. I know you think, Giovanni or Seth is, he's kind of the hero of the movie. So just like Breaking Bad, you're rooting for Walter White, but he's a drug kingpin. He's not a good person. So like Seth's not a good person either.
But you guys make great points on this podcast.
So I read it.
I try to be the voice of reason sometimes.
I read an interesting point about that in that they said that Seth never made any money. Like because he was always making the 150 because he never when he
Right.
made that 40th sale, that was it. We never
Right.
saw him make
Oh,
another
yeah,
sale.
snap.
So from there on, like he never actually
Right.
technically. I think there's a line of like, did he really?
Do anything.
Yes, we know he did, right? Like the 40 sales are what they are, but they actually those are technically Greg's problems. So for him, he doesn't shoulder any burden of him being responsible, even though obviously there's. Does that make sense? I'm saying it maybe
Yeah,
poorly,
but he did ruin.
Oh, he did he ruined Harry's life.
yeah,
for
and,
sure.
and all the other people. That
although
were
he
the
did
40
got
sales.
it back theoretically.
Yeah, only him though.
But is
everyone
it-
else was
so
whales, so fuck them.
Were they running a Ponzi scheme?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's exactly how they. I mean, this is based on Wolf of Wall Street.
It
It's
is.
Jordan
Belfort.
Yeah, okay.
Was Michael or whatever, and who's the guy from that thing you do?
Yeah.
What's his name? What's the actor's name?
No, it's Michael.
Everett Scott.
Oh,
Yeah, is that it? Yeah.
Scott's his last name.
Yeah.
But Michael in the movie, I'm saying the character. But yeah, that's supposed to be, I think, like the Jordan Belfort character, and yeah, I mean, it's illegal. I mean,
Tom
maybe at the
Everett Scott.
time. Oh yeah, that's right. I knew he had 3 names. Maybe at the time, like they didn't, there weren't as many rules on this kind of stuff because it was a newer
Right.
scheme. But yeah,
What they're doing is they're just selling stocks for companies that don't exist, taking the money out, and then dumping the stock,
and then letting it crash. Yeah.
Right, letting it crash, and then they just keep doing that with companies over and over again.
Yeah, so like their argument is like, whatever, these are suckers that are buying what I'm selling them, and it's bullshit. But that's why the SEC has to come in and
wasn't the Wolf of Wall
FBI.
Street just like they were taking penny stocks and trying to hype them up beyond what
Yeah.
they were? So they were actual companies.
again, it starts fine. It's fine if you're just pushing penny stocks and you get somebody to buy it and it's an actual company. But they went beyond it and they said, okay, we can't sell these penny stocks anymore. Let's make up companies that don't do anything.
Which is why they went to. He's looking in the window of
that Medtron, whatever it was,
abandoned business.
And that's if that's just fraud. It's fraud. It's very simple. Like if you're fraudulently representing something, if you're just pushing an actual penny stock and trying to say it's this great thing, that's just being a salesman.
It's
saying
like,
act now,
like pushing GameStop.
right? Yeah, that's not it's not fraudulent. It's a real company, and if you believe in the stock, you like. I watched that movie. Have you guys seen that? The
No.
one with Paul Dano.
It's
called I don't know, GameStop. But it was actually pretty good.
I remember seeing the trailer for it when it came out.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Our boy Paul Dano, friend of the pod.
That's the other thing. Like, so when I first watched this movie, I didn't. What your questions, I definitely didn't understand all of it as much as you do now. Having seen Wolf of Wall Street, understanding all that stuff, and just watching the 2008 financial crisis, you just understand a little bit more about how things can
spiral.
Yeah, spiral out of control. So going back in this, they're like, this is actually really shitty what they're doing to people.
Yeah,
and you didn't have. At the time, you had maybe some internet, but it wasn't like you were just able to look everything up very quickly and find out if it's a scam. Right now, if you're getting called, you're like, fuck you, why are you calling me? Back then, you were like, oh, I don't know, he called me. Yeah, sure, I'll buy some stock because everyone was getting in on. This was supposed to be in the 80s, or when was it actually supposed to be the time frame?
I would assume 90s,
late 90s.
Late 90s. I think like early 90s.
Near the tech
I don't
bubble.
think they tried to film it in the past. I mean, yes, it was related to Jordan Belfort.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I think he was
that would have been
closer to 80s. Yeah. So roughly on the time, you just didn't have a way to verify any of this stuff.
Right.
But I'm talking a lot.
Can we talk about when they bring in the FBI agents and they always out their source? Like when they go to arrest Seth.
And they said her name.
And they said her name? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, protect your source.
Nia didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Well, I mean,
she was taking care of her mom. She was just making $80,000 a year. That's all.
Yeah, she might have done a little wrong. But
she dated Nikki Cat. That was wrong.
yeah.
Is that why? Don't tell me that's why I'm not hitting that. Is that what he said?
You were never hitting.
You were never hitting that.
Can't leave yourself open like that, buddy. Come on, you got to know better.
Nikki Cat.
Hey, what about the bookie that pays via FedEx?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
It's a ballsy move.
That's not what my bookie did.
See how that one works out.
I don't understand. Do bookies pay? I did it wrong. Yeah. I like that, though. I like that they're just opening FedEx envelopes of stacks. It worked out well.
So Vin Diesel was the one who was like, seemed like he was taking care of his money.
Chris,
he was like staying at home with his mom. Ben Affleck bought the house.
He's liquid.
Yeah, because he's liquid.
Love that.
Yeah.
We never see. Well, we know Nicky Cat spends all his money on gambling.
Yeah. Well, he was ridiculing everyone else for their spending and how they couldn't even get a Honda loan. But it sounded like elsewhere he blew all his money
gambling in cars and stuff like that.
Oh, they got money sent to him in a FedEx envelope, so let some lose some.
Did we know what Scott Conn spent his money on?
I got it. Hookers and blow, probably. Yeah. Just on a hunch. Stories I've heard.
And then Jamie Kennedy just hanging around. Oh, he was on
antibiotics, maybe.
He was definitely doing the kizzy and the nizzy.
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy. Yeah.
That's good.
The one in the brown coat, as opposed to everybody else.
Get a decent suit.
I mean, they're living fast. That's it. But also recognized, when they went in to the other bar, the other guys, the actual brokers were like, "Look at these fucking guys. They clearly,
The modern day version of this movie would be all the crypto bros, just trying to make a quick buck on nothing.
I think it'd either be that or like just make it like influence culture.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're an influencer that's got 10 million subscribers, and then here comes these guys thinking they got a lot, and they have like 500,000 or whatever, and you can easily fact check that. And that's who picks on them or whatever.
Fucking YouTubers.
I mean, if you think a little bit deeper, like some of these guys who are private equity, they kind of got set up and like they were born into that.
Oh yeah,
and the guys at JT Marlin are just they're off the street trying to make a buck, and
I think with got
to root for that a little bit.
I think even the dad's point, right? It's like they can't go anywhere else, though, right? Like, it's not going to – that JT Marlin thing doesn't play with – it's an in for some of these guys that just want to hustle and just want to make a bunch of money. And I think Athletic's probably right? They're going to come in there, and they were going to make some money. If you did a good job, you were going to excel, you were going to actually make more money than you probably felt like it was imaginable. But from a – there's also a reason they didn't want people that already had their Series 7 license, right? Like, they might have been a little hip to the game and been like, no, you're going to –
Get out, Skippy.
Yeah. You'll be on top of this. But you weren't going to build from that. You weren't going to go to JT Marlin and then probably go on to end up at JP Morgan.
For sure.
They would have said, like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
You were part of that bullshit. You know, like, there were people who knew, I would suspect, and –
Yeah, Seth.
the
He was
people,
the only one that questioned
the
it.
people that were in it were just like, they couldn't see past the dollar in front of them. So
Right. Yeah. Because they're like, everyone else is doing this. I'm stupid for not doing it.
they told me this is how it works.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's when the people they call too. They're like, they hear about if in the '80s, everyone's like, everyone's getting rich off the stock market. Why can't I be doing it?
Yeah.
It's like starting a podcast.
It's like
Everybody's doing it.
Everyone's getting all these clicks and likes.
How could Seth have done it the right way? How could his life track gone differently?
He should have studied for the Series 7 on his own. Yeah, and actually gotten that, and then tried to apply for.
I think he did get it.
No,
got it, but
But I'm saying only because they made him study for it and do it.
Yeah,
right.
But
But
at JT Marlin.
not working at a chop shop would have been the route.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the first.
Not run a casino on the side.
Yeah,
I mean,
that too.
look,
There's plenty of places you can get it from. Like, you can work at and get it. So
look, I'm a fan of people running casinos.
Yeah, but they
right?
only take the best of the best. You know,
Who?
JP Morgan only takes the
yes, JP
Solomon
Morgan.
Brothers, whoever.
But once you have your Series 7, you can go to any brokerage house.
yeah, but they're not going to hire you.
That's what I'm saying.
They
That's what I'm
might.
saying.
That's what.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not with it. You're
Right.
putting JT Marlin on your resume. That's not gonna
Right.
do it.
JT Marlin is the downside, but you can get your Series 7
So I'm saying,
working
how
for
could he have done it
insurance.
differently? Would have been. He's saying to have done it the right way.
Yeah, I mean,
he
anyone
clearly was smart
can
enough.
get their real estate license too. It doesn't mean someone's going to hire you to sell houses. You know,
He
sell
clearly
their
was
houses.
smart enough to succeed.
Yes.
It just he was
the right
on
track.
what if? What if he didn't know? He got exposed
what he said,
to
the what ifs,
yeah,
right?
He got exposed to Nicky Cat coming in, and that it was
Got
like, hey, here's a
seduced by
path.
the lifestyle.
Here's a path to make a shit ton of money and do
Right.
it legally. Dad's not going to be pissed at me anymore. Well, I suppose doing it correctly would have actually been the better route. But it is what it is.
But it is better that he did find out all that stuff, because then the FBI got to him and he was getting some immunity out of it. Otherwise, he would have just
it
been
worked out
arrested.
somehow perfectly for him.
As always, there's an important phrase that we use here, and I think it's time you all learned it. Act as if. You understand what that means? Act as if you're a subscriber to this podcast. Act as if you got a 9-inch cock. Okay? Act as if. Thanks, and go to bed.